Cool. So I think that's our stuff. I'm actually gonna check out this one. Can I? Alright, I can. Alright. Then we'll save everything. So if we're going to swap the axes of the universe, so we're first going to make sure that everything is submitted. So when we break absolutely goddamned everything, that we make sure we have everything backed up. So it's all backed up. I think I'm going to take a very short break here and I'll be right back in a little bit. And what we're going to be doing when I get back is we're going to be basically right now our world is if this is left and right and this is up and down and this is into the screen. Right now, this is X, this is Y, and this is Z. And what we need to do is we're going to change those axes, which is going to break literally every fucking piece of everything that we've got at the moment in terms of movement code and everything else. And we're going to have to fix the broken crap. Basically, there are places where we have hard-coded for like X equals 0 and other things. Well, maybe there's another way to fix it. Really, the big thing is when we drag an object onto the level, it's kind of facing the wrong way. So maybe I can fix that somehow. Because basically, like, we go in here, we grab like a piece of this geometry, or where did we get? This is, I think it's in materials. Look at like sprites. Like, go grab this mushroom and we drag it on, and it's, you know, it's rotated the wrong way. It's rotated that way, and we need it. And every time we go mess with these things, we're like, screw it, just like 90 degrees, and then, you know, it's good. So we need to rotate basically the entire universe by 90 degrees. Same thing I think for planes or whatever. So if I go to like engine, camera, and like foreground capture plane and throw it on there. What happens if I rotate it 90? It's just the sprites that are screwed up, isn't it? Anyway, so maybe I'll just fix the sprites initial orientation. Maybe that'll be easier. Then I don't have to redraw my little axis picture I got on the wall. Anyway, I'll be back in just a little bit. Anyway, so after a couple seconds of thinking, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to, especially after looking at like the plane geometry there, which is all flat and everything, and having the z-axis, I think it's better if we don't swap those axes up and keep it standard, and instead we go mess with the sprites. So let's take a look at the sprites. Paper 2D is not like native to Unreal. It comes as a plugin for Unreal, and it was created by Unreal, by Epic. But it's not like it's not really even supported anymore. I think like the development on it stopped or something. So what we want to do is when we spawn one of these actors in here, I mean there's kind of two ways. We could either try to change like the core sprite to these things, like when we pop these bad boys open, I mean, you know, it's just, there you go. Let's take a look. The what are the axes? So what? Y is Y is green, X is red, and then Z is up. And in this thing, it's basically, yeah, it's totally like this. So I think we just want like a spawning, like when we drag this thing onto into the level, we'll just set its Z rotation is 90 and just say to hell with it. So that's going to be somewhere in the code for spawning the actor in Paper 2D when you actually drag a sprite onto the world. And I think it's like this post-spawn actor thing. So when I go into one of my characters and I'm going to grab Fat Sack as an entity, just throw them onto the screen. Yeah, it's one of these. So what I'm going to look for is a post-spawn actor, and it's going to be like Paper 2D sprite actor factory or something like that. It's gonna be like, yeah, so it should be Paper 2D sprite actor factory. Let's see if that exists. If I wrote Paper 2D, that's what I would name it. Yeah, let's just do paper sprite.h. It's gonna be like paper 2D editor. It's gonna be somewhere in here. It's like paper sprite actor factory. So this is gonna be post spawn actor. And we've got like our U paper sprite component, render component, set sprite, body instance, register comp, all this sorts of crap. So I wonder if we just like modify this and just set our rotation or whatever, that we can just, I mean it's totally hacky and stupid, but who really gives a shit in some respect. This is just a convenience thing for our design. So we're setting a sprite in here inside of this thing. Really we're just doing like new actor, get actor transform, so it's just like F transform. Trans, was that like trans dot like we just need to do this, I'm pretty sure. Set translation to nothing. We just need to do like this rotation, and then we just need to do new actor, set actor, transform to transform. And I think that's all we need to do. But let's see what it actually does. It's gonna be one of those axes. Maybe I even want to not have us make sprite actors and stuff like that. We might want something a little bit where we have a little bit more control over them. So we have U-Paper sprite components, but we have like a, you know, like an A Dashkin sprite actor as opposed to a paper sprite actor. Just so we're not relying on paper sprite crap, and then I can have a little bit more control when Adam makes a whole bunch of stuff that I at least know the constructors and can attach things to all the objects without modifying paper 2D directly. Because every time we modify paper 2D, basically, that's something that could change in an update to the Unreal Engine. And if we're going to be taking more updates, which we definitely plan on taking, because they got cool stuff coming out when they were point release, it makes it much more difficult because then we have to merge in all of our changes. And at this point, I'm not even going to merge changes with Paper 2D. I've already modified it too damn much. But there might be other changes, like if they change some core engine functionality that Paper 2D relies on, then we might have a problem. Though I wouldn't expect there to be much of that, because then everybody's project who relied on it would be broken. But that's never stopped an engine company from breaking everything before. So let's take a look. I'm actually first going to just throw a breakpoint in there and make sure we're actually calling what we think we're calling. And I'm going to go ahead and drag the mushroom onto the scene. We're getting called. And as you can see, I can now just drag stuff straight on. And Adam's going to be super happy about all that, because now he doesn't have to do jack crap You can just drag things, and it works. So there you go. We got like all the crap, right? Like, let's just go to materials. Let's drag all the sprites. Let's just. Can we can't drag everything? Oh god, I think I just. Oh, it drag everything. There we go. I'll take one of everything, sir. One of each. There we go. We made our test level. We're finished. There's logs floating in midair and mushrooms and shit. Just we're good. We're done. Got all this stuff just all sorts of screwed up here. Yeah, $20. $20, Carrot King. You know, we can dig. He's gonna dig his way forward. Dig, 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 jump. Dig, 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 dig. Anyway, I'm not saving that level. Do not save that. And we have successfully flipped the axes for the things. So, paper sprites now flipped and adding to world. So we're good. That's everything I had on my list for today. So I think I'm finished. We're done. We did it. We did it, Mom. We finished work for today without getting pissed off and throwing our computer. Which would be kind of difficult because the thing weighs like 70 pounds. Only if you can play Fat Sack. You know, how things are going, that's probably totally going to be possible. And if anybody is wondering why I'm like, gimme, I'm here to game. What no? Yeah, I'm pretty much done. If anybody's wondering what my computer looks like, it's one of these bastards. It's the thing is gigantic. Like, you look at the specs for this thing, the weight of the case empty is 50 pounds. Like, oh sure, I'll boot it up. I'll boot it up for you, Lucas. Yeah, so like it's got like 16 hard drive bays in it, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah, it's got 13 normal bays and then like 11 2.5 bays. It's just a fucking monster. Anyway, so what we did today is we were messing around with the foreground and background. So we got it so our cameras are... I got the cameras that Adam wants for the game, basically. So we've got a 3D perspective background. We have a 2D orthographic middle ground. So you know, all these platforms are flat and nice in 2D. And then we have a perspective foreground as well that goes up to the camera. And we can have, as you can see, we've got that 3D cone there. And we've also got 2D crappy sprites right along there, Lucas. So that's kind of the idea, was that we'd be able to do things like, you know, if we were, especially with that tree there, you know, we'd be able to do something where we have like foreground stuff come across, and based on where you were in the level and all that. And then we'd also have like the 3D backgrounds with the nice sky and star fields and all that stuff. We could never afford to be cheap artists. Yeah. Well, I'm not an artist, so I can't be a cheap artist. So that's what we're working on, and now Adam kind of has the tools he needs to start making better stuff. Like, this is crappy foreground stuff I threw in there. As you can see, it's just like a bunch of these way too big sprite pictures. You know, just like total garbage tier sprites. And these trees are just like haphazardly thrown across the level. And as you can see, these are actually 3D platforms, and you know the bushes are separated, but in orthographic mode they are all flat. And that's because, you know, it'll work better that way. Anyway, we can also, since we have 3D backgrounds now and all that, we can make our terrain. We can like add noise, like we can add pattern to things. You know, we can just like make cube world. See, we can take the bramble texture. Yeah, we'll take the splash screen logo and draw it into the world. Let's do that. You can see it. Let's do that over here. Jesus, that looks all sorts of awful. Let's not ever speak of that again. Let's see. We can add noise, so we can like. Oh, jeez, that's way too much tool strength. Let's turn the noise down. Ah, why is? And then we can smooth it all. Yeah, this is garbage time right now. We're just screwing around. And we've got like our backgrounds back there now have a couple, you know, they got a little bit of form to them. And that's another thing we got to keep watching out for, is basically these, because of the matrix transforms. If you change the world too much here, these things can't really have too much. Whoops, I'm clicking wrong. We can't have too much in the absolute foreground doing a lot, otherwise it, because of cameras, when you jump up it'll go too low. Yeah, and that looks better. And I think we can add things like foliage and the rest there. Is it gonna clash too much? I'm not sure what you mean. The 3D and 2D? Is that what you're talking about? We're gonna have things that look good. Supposedly we'll have things that look good. Shouldn't say we will have things that look good. We're supposed to be able to like add grass and stuff. Oh yeah, I should. Like, supposedly grass should work, but like doesn't seem to work with crap whenever I try to do it, so I don't know. I think I'm doing it wrong. Like, supposedly we can add grass, but instance count 12. Oh, Jesus. Well, I've clicked and done something. And that something looks like I placed about 1,000,000 different pieces of terrain. So let's take a look at what Unreal's doing. Yeah. How about that for your memory consumption? Good job there, Unreal. I guess you can't place 1,000,000 pieces of grass right there. You can't do that. You run out of memory and then your computer stops working. I should kill Unreal before. Oh no, my computer is dying. We're gonna. Holy shit. We're 20. Come on, computer. You can do it. Computer. You can close Unreal. We're still online. We're still here. Yeah. So we ran out of juice there for our computer, and I clicked randomly on all the things, and Visual Studio crashed, and awful things happened. So, and now it's recompiling. So I'm like totally fucked. I'm never getting back to work. This thing just totally died on me. That was amazing. I looked at that. I was like, My computer's gonna stop working here in about 30 seconds. And then it didn't take 30 seconds to die, it just immediately erupted into a ball of flame. So, I think I'm done for today. So unless somebody's got anything else that they want to ask or whatever, I'm pretty much signing off. So I'll give you a little bit here to, if anybody wants anything else going on. But yeah, it's been a pretty good work day. Got all the stuff done. And this crap's gonna take another 40 minutes to recompile because somehow I clicked the rebuild button over again when I was trying to move my mouse back to that stop button to like hopefully terminate the damn program. Anyway, looks like that's pretty much it. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a good one. See you next time.